when you said on day 7 about him being more thoughtful and not reaching up for phone all the time, is it
Mhm.
consistent now?
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, even last week when it was a very troubled week, particularly yesterday when he started showing signs of coming back to normal, he's uh, he's either spending time just with the books, or he'll have the book in front of him and he'll have the phone on top of it.
Okay.
So yeah. So, but uh, particularly we had some very good days. That was in I think in January, particularly mid-January, particularly.
Mhm.
He I think it was in my notes. There was a day when he spent almost 2.5 hours, just almost forcing me. My legs were getting cramped, but he would force me to spend almost 2.5 hours, with his animals work, and
Oh,
that's the time when he's also started typing the letters in the keyboard.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's been awesome. That's been awesome. He has lost a little bit of interest this last week,
Mm.
but he spent for almost 115 days or so. He
Oh,
spent a lot
wow.
of time using the keyboard in
Mm.
the phone. He
Okay.
really enjoyed it, and he also was able to do uh, two-word phrases with
Okay.
keeping in mind the space. For example, an animal like Arctic fox.
Ah,
The space in between Arctic and fox. It took a little bit of training, but he got the message that he has to watch out for the space. So after he finishes Arctic, the C in Arctic, he can't be typing F for fox right away. So he
right.
has to
Right.
press a space. So
Okay.
that's something he really enjoyed, and he spent a lot of time. And but I haven't seen him doing it on his own later. But he always did it with me. But he spent a lot of time doing that.
Excellent. So his attentiveness is more long, is
Oh, it was
longer.
dramatic. It was
Yeah.
dramatic. January was totally an awesome month, particularly late January. Last 2 weeks were a little difficult, but late January was totally awesome from that point of view. He spent a lot of time with animals. So we built a lot on that. So we were also, I mean, with animals and those books, it was totally incredible.
Mm.
You've seen the work he's done with the birds,
Right.
but even before that, he knows exactly where a particular animal picture is in which part of the book.
Mm.
So suppose out of the blue, I tell him, show me skunk. So earlier the case was I open the page for nocturnal animals and I tell him where is skunk. He'll point it. Show me skunk. He will not scan each page before coming to the page with the skunk
Mm.
on it. He will
Right.
almost he knows in the deck of pages where to put. He will just put the hand near to that, turn it over. He knows whereabouts approximately the nocturnal animals page is, and he will point to it.
Mhm.
So he was very awesome that way. And one more thing I could see is there was another box where the same animal will have a different picture,
Mm.
uh, you know, done by a different artist. But he's able to correlate the picture in that different box with the picture in the book, previous book.
Right. Excellent. That's what we mean by linking. The
He's
linking,
able to link. He's able to
yes,
link.
the thought processing ability is now more obvious.
Yeah. So even in his, because we almost talking about his learning now. So if I can add there, even in the ABA classes he was doing in terms of pointing out and all that, he it's more the motivation that's the problem, the proving a problem,
Mm.
Mrs. Lai, and in the sense that is wanting to sit and all that. So last 1 week when we had trouble, he would run away. He would not want to sit. I mean, partly there's a boredom element because what happens in ABA is they keep on repeating the same thing every
Yes.
single day. He
Yes.
got bored. He
Mm.
got bored, and partly because of that, but it was also the motivation part. And once he decides to sit, we had some awesome sessions even in the ABA class. But it's more the motivation and the drive rather than the intelligence and the wanting and the cognitive ability to do it. We can see as the
Yes.
ability. That is what has been
Yes.
very positive for us.